Well, it's about that time. I'm out here spraying a little bit of the weeds that are left in this plot and a few others. I've already sprayed all of them once so far. One thing I do is I plant, a bunch of clover in a lot of my mixes for my plots, and it really helps suppress the weeds throughout the spring and also helps feed deer, turkeys, attract pollinators, stuff like that. But one thing I wanted to talk about is, just planning out a food plot to begin with. I've been guilty of it in the past, just thinking, well, I see the deer here, or this would be an easy place or a beautiful place for me to put a food plot. Well, there's a whole lot more to it you really need to consider. The main thing is you need to think, hey, where are these deer going to be coming from? What's the typical wind direction? Another thing is how many different wind directions can I get by with whenever I go to hunt this stand, or can I have another stand? So there's a lot of factors that come into play. Any successful person you ever talk to, there's one thing they're always doing. They're always planning ahead, and it is no different whenever it comes to wildlife habitat. So in this plot here, we've had quite a bit of success throughout the years. I've killed some deer here. My wife's killed a deer here, and even my daughter's killed a deer here. And whenever I went to begin this plot, I guess I first started planting it about 6 years ago. I kind of took into consideration a few things, but there's been a lot I've learned throughout the years since then. In this case, one thing we always try to do is, with all the plots we have 4 this year, including a large one in the front area of our property. But we have a tree stand right up here, and it's really secluded. You can really get to it easy and slip in and out without alerting deer, and that's a huge thing right there. We have a draw back this way. A lot of the deer come up here. They'll also kind of work the top of this ridge, and there's usually always some scrapes there as well. But one of the main things is just making sure your property flows. In this area, a lot of times, a lot of the bedding is kind of on this ridge in the woods, and a lot of times the deer are either going to come out to this plot or this plot further north first. So once they do that, they kind of feed around, and then they go back, and it's almost just like a big circle they do, which really creates an awesome opportunity, because you can watch these deer and hunt them without them even knowing you're there, and they just feel safe. They have plenty of habitat on a small piece of property. And that's another thing too. If you got a small piece of property, you can still make it work for you. You just really have to be more precise with your planning, and like I said, just think about it before you plant your food plot. With Martin Wildlife and Habitat, we also do habitat consulting, and we can come to your property and write out a plan that's gonna really just make your property a whole lot better as far as hunting. But not only that, the habitat's gonna be great. The wildlife will be happy too. We also do some training as far as predator trapping, and so that's available as well. But for all your wildlife, habitat, and trapping needs, just give us a call, and I'm pretty excited. We're gonna be planting before too long, and there'll be some more videos coming y'all's way. Y'all have a blessed day.